Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to be talking about how meditation can actually create change in our brain and in turn create change in the way we live our lives. So the first thing to understand is meditation is effectively referring to the idea of becoming more familiar with. And the interesting thing to understand is we have a conscious brain and a subconscious brain. The conscious brain being our logical thinking brain that we're using in moments where we're actually focusing our attention. When you're watching this, that's your conscious brain. And that's responsible for 5% of our entire brain. We then have our subconscious brain, and that's the part of the brain that has our beliefs, our attitudes, our instant reactions in situations, and all the different behaviours that we have, and that's responsible for 95% of our brain. In between the two, we then have the analytical brain. So the analytical brain is the bit when we've become conscious about something, and then we have the ability to kind of think and figure out and understand things. That's when our analytical brain is in use. So with this idea that we have 5% conscious brain, analytical mind, and then 95% subconscious brain, when we meditate, we go through a process of basically observing how the operating system of our brain works. So you may be meditating and something that's worrying you comes into your mind, and you kind of see how you engage with that. And we have all these different automatic reactions to things that come up in our lives. And most of them just lie within that subconscious program. So it's very hard to create any change in the way we deal with different situations. But in this process of meditation, through constantly observing how our subconscious brain works, we effectively begin to become more familiar with it. So when we bring subconscious thoughts into that present moment and start to understand them, it gives us this newfound opportunity to actually reprogram that subconscious system, change the way in which we react and engage with different challenging thoughts. And that suddenly creates this huge opportunity to, in our life, when difficulty arises, we have this ability to think, how can I skillfully respond to this situation? So I think it's fascinating that we have this ability to then learn our subconscious reactions, bring them into our conscious mind, and completely change the way in which we operate when we're going about our life and navigating the different things that arise. This is a simple video, and I hope it gives you some perspective on why, when you're in meditations and you're simply observing your patterns of thought and trying to understand why this is of value, really think about just becoming familiar with how your brain works, learning to understand it on a deeper level, and you begin to follow your intuition. And the benefits you can get from it are incredible in learning to become more aware and less reactive to your thoughts. Thank you so much for listening today, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day.